jump straight into it. We're going to do a bit of a review of what we did on Thursday. In order to join two straight lines, we only need to plot 2 points. And the easiest points that we can plot are always our intercept. Now, if I have my y-intercept and my x-intercept, okay, I know that I'm going to look for, oh, I don't want it to be blue. I just want it, there we go. Okay, I know I'm going to look for my y-intercept that's going to lie on this line. My y-intercept is going to lie on my y-axis. And then I want to plot my x-intercept that's going to lie on my x-axis. Now, who can remind me, when I want to find my y-intercept, what do I need to do? Tiana's hand shot straight up. Tiana, what do I need to do in order to find my y-intercept?
Find your y-intercept, your x must equal to 0.
Excellent, amazing stuff. My x must be equal to 0. And what about if I want to find my x-intercept?
Then your y equals to 0.
Yes, Tiana.
I really feel like you guys can do my job for me tonight. I'm going to relax and have you guys teach this class for me because, wow, amazing stuff. Okay, so we're going to do a quick recap of what we did last Thursday. And we're going to use this graph over here. We are going to look for our x-intercept or our y-intercept, sorry. Ooh, look at what I'm doing. I'm trying to highlight. There we go. We're going to look for our y-intercept. We're going to look for our x-intercept. And then we're going to plot the graph using our 2 points. I'm going to give you guys about 4 minutes. I'm going to give you 4 minutes. Show me what you've got, guys.
Let's go, my people. Remember, you're only doing the y-intercept, x-intercept, and during the graph. And teacher Coco has already told us that we are allowed to show her on the screen our graph.
Yes, absolutely.
So please do that.
When you're done drawing, if you can, hold your paper up to the screen so I can see how you draw. I just saw one of the most beautiful drawings in the other class. Like there were straight lines and like everything was spaced, and all I did was scribble. I felt so bad because hers looked so beautiful and mine was just scribbles on the board. I think I need to do better. I need to learn to write better. My handwriting needs to improve. I'll work on it. I'll work on it.
Lutuli, I see you. Randiso, I see you. Let's go, guys. I love this class. You know, we only like 25 or 27 of us in this class.
Sure.
Yeah. Such a nice small family. Let's do this, guys. Remember to put your answers also on the chat or raise your hand to give answers to Teacher Coco. Let's do this. Let's move so we can get into today's work because we're still doing revision. So let's go. Let's go. Yasmin, are you ready? Talita, are you there? Kakano, let's do this. Chilo, Fatu. The nice thing is that I can say all your names, guys. No problem.
Yes, make sure they're all on their feet, working. Absolutely. Okay. 2 more minutes and then we're going to get started. Oh, shame. I'm sorry, Yasmin. It's okay. It must have been a long day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Someday. Tiana, can I unmute, girl?
Ma'am, can I give the answer?
Absolutely, absolutely you can. I just need you to hold on for less than a minute for me while everyone else finishes, and then you can give like the answers to this. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, awesome. Robert, it's perfectly okay. In less than a minute, we're going to start looking at the answers, and we're going to clear up all that confusion. Okay, just give it a little bit, and then we'll remind you guys. You'll see when you see what we do, you're all going to be like, oh yeah, I remember. Okay, all right, Tiana, can I see that hand, or can you unmute for me and help Rabi out? And Anam, let's remind them what it is that we did.
Okay, ma'am. I'm gonna show my graph like afterwards. After. Okay, ma'am. So by A, it's determining the y-intercept. That means that x equals 0. So we're gonna say y equals 2. In brackets, we're gonna say 0 minus 1.
Good. All right, and what's that going to give us?
And then it's going to give us 0 minus 1, which means y is going to equal to -1. And then
so
x.
0 minus 1. I'm trying to keep up with you. You're speaking very fast. You're saying all the right things, but you're speaking like, oh, okay, yes, next, let's go.
X-intercept, it's the y is going to be 0, so we're going to say 0 equals 2x minus 1.
Good.
And then we're gonna put the 2 over to the other side and say -2x equals -1.
And
then we're gonna divide it. We're gonna divide both sides by -2.
-2.
And it's gonna be x equals 2. We can leave the fraction just like that.
Okay. What can I get rid of though on the fraction? A negative and a negative will give me
a positive.
Good. So the answer over here is actually positive a half.
Yeah,
positive. Go.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Before you go, Tiana, can you give me the coordinates of my x-intercept?
I think it's 0 and a half.
Remember, x needs to come first. X needs to come first.
So it's going to be 1.5 and then 0.
Exactly, in that order. Oh,
yes,
excellent.
You made it. You made it.
Well done. Okay, now if we have to plot these two, okay, we're going to go to our y-intercept and we're going to look for 0 and -1. Okay. Yes, it's exactly like algebra, Anam. Exactly like algebra. And that point there is 0 and -1. And then I'm going to go to my x-axis.
It's going to be before the 1.
Y, x. And then over here, I'm going to plot that point over there, which is 1/2 and 0, just like that. And then I'm going to grab my ruler. Actually, let me draw this. And then I'm just going to join these two lines like that.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, my graph. I don't know if ma'am can see it clearly, but
I can see it, and your graph looks so much better than mine. I'm so jealous. Everybody draws a lot better. Look at my points. My points hardly touch. Well done. That is amazing.
Okay. She did a very nice graph. Well done.
And Rob is like, at this point, yeah, and Rob is like, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Tiana was our teacher as well. I know, Robert, but she's about to steal my job. So, you know, I think, okay, let's not have her steal my job. Okay, amazing stuff. I did forget to do something though. Who can tell me, what did I forget to do?
Ma'am, can I say?
Let's give Yasmin a chance. Yasmin, what can I do? What did I forget to do?
Label the numbers, like put a 0 in the middle where the lines meet.
Well, I can. Oh, check the chat, because Silicani just gave you the answer there. I can do this. This is easy. What did I need? What did I forget to do?
Patsu, you can talk.
Patsu, you can unmute.
Ma'am, you have to say y is equals to 2x minus 1.
Oh, excellent. Yes, I have to name my graph. Amazing. This is y is equal to 2x minus 1. We need to label the graph. Okay, very important. We need to remember what the graph is called, because if I draw 6 graphs on one set of axes, I need to know which graph is which. So it's very important that I label the graph. Okay, yo, guys, you guys are amazing. You guys are excellent. I don't even, you know what? I think we can pack up and go home, Teacher Linda. I think, you know, we're practically done here. We're done for today.
No, Teacher Coco, we still
No.
need you. Let's see.
Okay. All right. Let's step it up a little bit. Let's step it up a little bit. No, Mirilla, I'm not letting you off the hook so easily. Just hold on. All right. Now we understand that we're looking for 2 coordinates. We're looking for our y-intercept and our x-intercept. But what happens if our y-intercept and our x-intercept are the same thing? Now let's look at the graph of y is equal to 2x. Now, Tiana put it so beautifully for us. If I want to find my y-intercept, I want you guys to tell me in the chat, what do I need to do? And if I want to find my x-intercept, what do I need to do? Let me know in the chat. Mirula, you can raise your hand and unmute if you want to. Okay, I'm seeing people saying x needs to be equal to 0. X is equal to 0. That's good. And y is equal to 0. Okay. Now, in this particular graph, we're going to have a bit of a problem. If we look at y is equal to 2x, if I make x equal to 0, I'm going to have y is equal to 2 multiplied by 0, and that's going to give me 0. So my coordinates for my y-intercept are going to be 0 and 0. Okay, and if I make my x-intercept, if I want to find my x-intercept, I make my y equal to 0, then I'm going to have 0 is equal to 2x, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Okay, and those 2 will cancel, and then x will be equal to 0 divided by 2 will just give us 0. Anything divided by 2, 0 divided by anything will give us 0. So my x-intercept will also be 0, 0. Okay. Now the problem here is if I have my graph, I have my graph like this. Make it black quickly. And my x-intercept is 0, 0. And my y-intercept is also 0, 0. Which way do I need to draw my graph? Do I draw it that way? Or that way? Or that way? This doesn't tell us a lot. It doesn't tell us very much. Okay, because both of them are 0, 0. And that's not very helpful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and look at the table method again. Okay, so we're going to take our graph, okay, or our function of the graph, y is equal to 2x. Y is equal to 2x. And we're going to plot the points. We're going to put 0 here, -1, -2, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I want you guys to give me the output values for this in the chat. Okay. You can start wherever you like. You can start at -2 or -1 or 0, whichever ones. I'm going to be looking for the answers in the chat. Okay, yes, Mirilla, how can I help? You can unmute.
Miss, isn't there all like our school only uses like -1, 0, and 1? Like
you can use -1, 0, and 1, but any point will work because all the points of this function sit on that on the line.
okay. Thank you.
Right. Any points that you want to use. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of 2s and 0s. Guys, remember, I need them in coordinate form. Okay. Can I ask one person to unmute and we're going to do one of them together just so I can show you guys what I'm actually looking for? Can anybody raise their hand and help me out here?
Let's go, my people. Anyone? Take the
Anybody?
glory right now. Yeah, Tiana.
Tiana, okay. Do you want to unmute for me? And we're going to do -2 together. Yeah.
Ma'am, the output will be, it's going to be y equals to x. That means we're going to multiply the 2 by the -2.
Good. So -2. So what's my y value going to be?
going to be -4.
-4, good. So I've got -4 here. Can you give it to me in coordinate form?
I don't think so. I think
Ooh.
maybe it's 0.4.
Oh no, remember coordinate form it's not that difficult. All it means it's just that I open brackets and I write my x value, -2, semicolon, -4.
Oh, I
close
forgot that X is a thing.
Okay. Just that this lovely thing that we've written over here, this is my coordinate form. Okay. That's it. That's all I wanted. Right. So that's what I want you guys to put in the chat for me, like what Silikani just did now. Okay. That's all. But we're doing them all for -1 and 0. Make sure you guys are putting them together in coordinate form. Okay. So put something that looks like this in the chat for me.
Let's go. Let's go, my people.
I'll be
We need to go
waiting
as
for
fast
your
as we
answers.
can. Yeah. We need to do it as fast as we can because remember, this is the first class, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, I know their brains are working. Oh, Kutlana just gave
Yeah.
us another answer.
So
Good.
we don't
So
have
she
to
says
be
that
bored.
the y value is -2. So in
There we
coordinate
go.
form, I'm going to have -1 and -2. Excellent. Let's get the next one going.
Let's go, my people.
Ready for it?
Nico.
Nico,
Yes.
Nico gave us 0 and 0. So my coordinates over here are going to be 0 and 0. Excellent. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going.
Woo. Let's accelerate. Well done.
Joanna says 1 and 2. So we're going to get 1 and 2 there. Okay. And then Patu also says 1 and 2. Nico says 2 and 4. So
Yes,
I'm
my
gonna have
people.
semicolon 4. And let's do the very last one. Oh, and everybody's scrambling for it in the chat. Tembilike says 3 and 6. So I'm gonna have
Yes. Well done, guys. You see, that's why I love you guys. This is a
you
first
guys are
nice
amazing,
clever class.
amazing. All right, amazing. All right. So we know that all of these coordinates can be plotted on this graph. Okay. Now let's think about this logically. Do we really need all of these points? Do we need every single one of these points to plot this graph? In the other one, when we were doing 2x, y is equal to 2x minus 1, how many points did we look for? How many points did we have when we drew our graph? You guys remember? Nico says 2, and Nico is absolutely correct. We had 2. We had an x-intercept and we had a y-intercept. We had 2 coordinates. So in order for me to draw any graph, how many points do I actually really need? Anyone can raise a hand and answer this one, or in the chat. Yes, the chat is going crazy. Yes, we only need 2 points. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose my point 0, 0. And then I'm going to choose my point 2 and 4. I'm going to choose these 2 points. So I'm going to go here onto my graph. I'm going to move down a little bit. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to choose the point 0, 0, which is over there. Oh no, I want my colors to stay the same. It looks so much nicer when my colors are exactly the same. There we go. Okay, 0, 0 is purple. There we go, purple. And then 2 and 4 is green. So I'm going to go, my x value is 2. There's my 2 and my y value is 1, 2, 3, 4 there. And then I'm going to go, there, that's where they meet. Okay. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to draw a straight line between those 2 points. Just like that. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, what does this tell me about all these other points that I have over here? What about -2 and -4, -1 and -2, 1 and 2, and 3 and 6? Who can try and explain to us what happened to those points? Does anyone have an idea? Just going to add a couple more things here. This is 4, and this is 2. Patu, can you unmute and tell me what exactly has happened here?
So like, ma'am, I'm not sure, but like, I feel like they're on the same line that you like drew. Like the points lie on the same line.
Absolutely, 100%. I couldn't have put it better myself. Okay, they are on this line. That was amazing. That just means that because I only needed 2 points, it doesn't mean that the other ones aren't. That means that if I go to 3 and 6, if I follow 3 and 6 on my graph like that, it's going to end up on my line. And if I go to 1 and 2, they're like 1 and 2, it's also going to end up on my line. They're all going to be there. Yes, Yasmin.
I drew the whole graph. I didn't.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Sure.
it's fine. Don't
Fine.
worry. Okay,
And my
that's
name
perfect.
pronounced
Okay.
Jasmine.
Is it Jasmine?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for correcting me. Now I will pronounce your name properly, Jasmine.
It's all right.
Okay, but that's fine. If you guys drew the whole thing, that's fine too. But imagine if you were sitting in a test and you only had a limited amount of time. This is a lot of work, having to draw every single one of these, draw a table, do 5 points, do all of this. This takes forever. All we want to do is find 2 points, and then all we need to do is take our ruler and join them together. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys another example. Oh, but we're going to have a brain break first. And then after that, I'm going to give you guys another example, and you guys can get to choose which 2 points that you guys want to do. All right, here's the brain break that we're going to use. I'm wondering if, okay, Mwabi will do another example. We will do another example. Okay. I'm wondering if this class has also done this Maths 24 question.
Ma'am, can I like to say something quickly?
Yes.
Must the answer equal 24 again?
Yes, the answer must equal 24.
We did this last week.
Did you guys do it last week?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Who can give me the answer to this one? Who can give me the answer? Moabi?
So I think you do 4 times 4, which is 16. And then you say 16 times 2 times 1.
Oh, 16 times 2 will give us 32 and
Oh,
not
no.
24. So maybe
Okay,
let's rethink that one. Mirula, do you want to unmute and tell us?
4 times 2.
Okay, awesome. 4 times 2.
And then
So I've used up a 4 and a 2.
times that by 4.
Times 4. So 4
And then
times 2 is
times
8 times 4. That's going to give us 32.
Oh, wrong way.
And then I times that by 1. That's going to give me 32 again.
Yeah.
So not quite.
ma'am.
Not quite. Okay, who can get this one? Deniko in the chat says 4 times 2 times 4 times 1, or 4 plus 2. Oh, okay. Let's see. Deniko, do you want to unmute? Okay, let's see. So Deniko says 4 plus 2. That's going to give us 6 times 4 is indeed 24. And then I've used up the 4 and the 2 and the 4. And then I just times that by 1 and it'll give me 24 again. There we go. Amazing stuff. Well done, Deniko.
Well done, Tiniko.
That was pretty easy. And then, back by popular demand, as I've heard, we're going to do a dingbat. Okay, so now these 2 things, okay, these 2 things mean something. Okay, so this is one object, and this is another, that's another object. And what do they mean? It's not a spin book. Okay, I'll give you guys a clue. I'll give you guys a
Ma'am,
clue.
is it a book top?
No, it's not a book top. It's the name of a movie. Together, it gives us the name of a movie. It's not puzzle book.
Let's go, my people. Think, think, think. That's why it's called a Mr. Brian in this class.
Top page. Oh, shame. Tian hardly watches movies. Imad.
Imad, well
Yes,
done.
yes, well done.
Congratulations.
Sure, that was really quick. You guys are really quick. You guys, I scratched my brain for a good 30 minutes. And then And then I called Miss J and I was like, I don't know what this is. Tell me, what is it? It's Toy Story. Yes, this is a toy and this is a storybook. So together they make Toy Story. I don't know how you guys get them so quickly. It took me forever to figure this. In fact, I cheated. I called Miss J and she told me. So sure, you guys are excellent. You guys are amazing. Sure. Okay. I think we need to take a bit of a stretch. Let's just, what kind of story is that? Patu, that is a good question. Kutlano, that is a toy. It's a little spin top. Have you guys never played with spin tops? What we used to do is we'd take the spin top and we'd tie like wool on the end. We'd tie wool on the end. And then what you do is you'd hold it in your hand and then you'd pull the string really hard and you go, and then the spin top would spin like this and it would just like spin everywhere all around. Now that I think about it, with people who have technology at their fingertips, what I'm describing sounds so boring. It sounds so boring. I'm so sorry, guys. Maybe when I was younger, I was entertained by really boring things. But yeah, when we have technology these days, but that's what we used to do. And then we just sit there and like all go, wow, because the spin top was spinning really cool. No, Jasmine still plays with it. Yeah, I think you have to be into the movies. Yeah. All right, guys. Okay, we're going to continue. Okay, we're going to continue with this, with what we were just talking about. Okay, I'm so glad. I thought I was old when I was describing a spin top, but I'm so glad that some of you guys still play with them. That makes me feel so much better. All right, so next question. We can use the same set of axes for both of these questions. So we're going to plot the function of y is equal to negative 5x. Okay, I want to add one more in here. I want to add y is equal to 2x. Okay, now remember, guys, we only need 2 points. Okay, what I would do is I would start by choosing x is equal to 0, because x is equal to 0 is quite easy. Okay, then I'll let you guys choose. Maybe tell me in the chat, what other x value can we try? The easier x values that we can try to put into the formula or into this function over here. What other x value can we think of?
Ma'am, it's like
Yeah,
not the answer, ne? But I'm like confused now. What are we doing?
Okay.
Are we making a table again?
No, we're not making a table. Remember, how many points do we actually need to plot a graph?
Only 2.
2, just 2. So we get to choose what those 2 points are. Okay, I have conveniently chosen x is equal to 0 because I already know that my answer is going to give me something easy. And then Mirula says we should try x is equal to 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our function and we're going to plot for x is equal to 0 and for x is equal to 1. Patu says we should try 60. I don't think we have enough space on our Cartesian plane to try for 60. Okay, maybe if we had enough space, we could try, but I don't think we do. Okay. So I'm going to go y is equal to negative 5, and I'm going to sub in 0 for x, and that's going to give me, oh, let me not do that. That's actually wrong mathematically, is equal to 0. Okay, so my first point is going to be 0 and 0. Okay, and my second point, Moabi, I'm going to answer your question just now. Okay, I'm going to choose my x to be 1. So I'm going to go y is equal to negative 5 multiplied by 1. And that's going to give me negative 5. So my second point is going to be 1 and negative 5. So I'm going to go to my graph. These are the only 2 points I need. I really don't need any more points. I'm going to go to my graph and I'm going to go to 0, 0, and I'm going to put a dot. And then I'm going to go to the point 1 and negative 5. I'm just going to put negative 5 somewhere down here. And I'm going to, that's where they would meet. And then I'm going to join them like that because I only need 2 points. Okay. And there's my graph. That's it. That's my graph. That's all that we needed to do. I only needed 2 points. So I chose 0 and 1. Now I want you guys, Ravi, it's fine. I will explain again. Okay, let's do this one together, Ravi. Can you unmute for me? Let's do y is equal to 2x together. Can you unmute? I hope you know where to unmute and how to unmute.
Ravi.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there we go.
Ah, there we go. Excellent. All right. So I want you to choose two values for x for me. Choose 2 values, any 2 values that you want.
Ma'am, 2 values for
x. Just say x is equal to whatever number comes to your mind.
ma'am, I'm just gonna say x is equal to 3.
Good. Okay, x is equal to 3. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to this over here, to this graph over here, and we're going to go y is equal to 2 multiplied by, and then we're going to replace x with 3. And this is going to give us 2 times 3. What's that going to give us? Are you still there?
6.
Yeah, it's going to give us 6. Right. So that means my coordinate is actually 3 and 6. Okay, I have 1 point. How many points do I need to plot a graph? Okay, I need 2 points. Give me another, choose another value.
Ravi, are you there with us?
Okay, I can't hear him anymore.
Ma'am, can I choose for him?
Yes, absolutely. Choose a value.
5.
Okay, good. We're going to choose x to be equal to 5. Right, so we're going to go in here and we're going to go y is equal to 2 multiplied by 5. And how much is that going to give us? 10.
10.
Okay, good, 10. So my other coordinate is going to be 5 and 10. So I'm going to go to my graph and I'm going to go to where my x value is 3. We're going to say 3 is here. And we're going to go to where my y value is 6. We'll just say that 6 is there. And where they meet, there, I'm going to put a dot. Andani, I'm going to answer your question just now. Hold on. And then I'm going to go. So I've plotted that one. And then I'm going to plot 5 and 10. So I'm going to go to my x value where it's 5. And I'm going to go, ooh, I'm sure 10 is probably somewhere up here. And I'm going to go to where they meet. Over there. And there's my other point. Now that I have my 2 points, I just need to pick up my ruler and join them like that. Okay, it's definitely, my graph is definitely not to scale, but there it is. That's all I needed, 2 points. It didn't matter which 2 points, it just needed to be 2 points. I hope you guys see it. If you can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And Dani, sorry to disturb, and does it always have to be 2 before the value? Yes, Andani, in this particular question, yes. And the reason for that is because my function says y is equal to 2x. So I'm multiplying by 2 here. Okay, over here, I'm multiplying by 2. In this other one that we did first, in this one over here, there was a -5 in front of my x. So I multiplied everything by -5. Okay. Tiana? Can I
Ma'am,
help? Yes.
the letters, like, is x always gonna be 0 and 1? Like, do we guess the number or?
No, you can choose whatever x you want. Let's say, for instance, Tiana, we didn't choose x is equal to 0. What if we chose x is equal to -1, right? If I choose x to be equal to -1, my answer is going to change a little bit. Let me change it here. I'm going to get -5 multiplied by -1. -5 times -1 will give me +5. and then this will also change. So my coordinate will actually be -1 and 5. So for this graph here, I'm just going to go to -1 and 5 and plot it. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so we can choose
1 and
any
5. Yeah, so it's going to be -1 over here, and then it will come this way and 5, and they will meet. Do you see how they meet on that exact same graph?
Yes, ma'am.
This is -1 and this is 5. They meet on that exact graph. So you get to choose whichever two values you want, but they will both be on the graph. And then you just take a ruler and you join them.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, very welcome. Part 2, how can I help?
Like, ma'am, what if like when you like you see like they, ma'am, like the points that you did were like at the top. So like what if like when you join the line and like it doesn't go through the zero line, like what if like it's wrong? Like what if for other values it won't like be on the line? Ma'am, do you understand?
Then okay, if the other points that you calculate aren't on the line, then you've probably made a small mathematical error somewhere. I know that this graph that I've drawn here, this one is definitely wrong because it was supposed to go through the origin because my point was at 0, 0. But that's because I didn't have the spacing right. See, this is why I'm jealous of other people's graphs, because they draw graphs so much better than I do. But all of the points, if you calculate them correctly, they should all be on one line. So the 0.36 should be on the line, the 0.510 should be on the line, and 0, 0, and all your negative values must also be on that line. Okay, so you can choose, that's right, you can choose any two values and then just make sure that you join them. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. We're going to try one more, guys. Let's do this one. Let's plot the function of y is equal to half x. And in the chat, if you guys can give me coordinates that you've tried, whichever coordinates you would like. Okay, you guys get to choose which two coordinates we use. The reason why I choose 0 is because anything multiplied by 0 is 0. And that makes my life so much easier. Okay, Anam says 6. Of course, we can try 6. Okay, we're going to try x is equal to 6. Then we're going to go y is equal to a half multiplied by 6. And that will give me 3. Half of 6 is 3. So my first coordinate is going to be 6 and 3. Somebody else give me another one. Kutlano says 8. There we go. So we're going to make x equal to 8. So I'm going to go 8 is equal to a half multiplied by 8. And that's going to give me 4. And now my second coordinate is going to be 8 and 4. And then I just go to my graph and I look for my x value is, okay, I'm going to make that 6 over there. And I'm going to make this one 8 over here. Remember, I only need 2 values. I don't need more than 2 values. And then I'm going to go look for 1, 2, 3. There's 3. And then I'm going to look for 4. There's 4. And then I'm going to join them. I'm going to go 6 and 3. There's my point there. And then 4 and 8. Grab my ruler. Okay, this needs to go through the origin. Hopefully I drew it correctly this time. Aha, there we go. Oh, no. No, there. Okay, it goes through the origin. I'm covering up, but there it goes. Okay, I only needed those 2 points. Okay, I hope you guys are getting the idea. Can I get a thumbs up or a thumbs down about how we're feeling with this section? Yes, Tiana, how can I help?
Ma'am, so, oh wait, never mind. I see my mistake now. I wanted to like say isn't the x first, but then I saw the 6 is located on the x. And then...
Okay, all right.
Well done to see your mistake. It's good.
Nico said he's feeling scrumptious. Yes, I hear a voice. Hi.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask if you could go back to example 1 so I could take a screenshot.
Of course, absolutely I can. Was it this example here or the one before?
This one and the one before.
Okay, so before you do that, let me delete this one where I didn't do the things right. And you guys, you forgot to make me label my graph. Y is equal to 2x. And now people are taking screenshots and we didn't label y is equal to negative 5x. Okay, there we go. Take a quick screenshot and then I'll move. I'll move up. Moabi, I didn't
Okay,
say that.
thank you,
Nico
ma'am.
said that he's feeling scrumptious. Okay, good. Can I move up?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Nico's the one who said he's feeling scrumptious. Okay, which I appreciate. Okay, are we happy with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to go down here. Now, on the same set of axes, plot the following functions. Now, I want you guys to pause before we go there. Now, remember with this one, we said that we get to choose two values. Okay, we get to choose two values. Okay. And does anyone remember why we have to choose two different values over here? Just want to see if anyone remembers. Can I get a hand? Yes, Patu. Why are we choosing two values here?
Ma'am, so that our line can be joinable.
Exactly, because my y-intercept and my x-intercept won't help me. That was excellent, amazing. But what about this one over here? What about this graph over here? What can I use to find my 2 points in this graph? Does anyone remember? Yes, Tiana.
Ma'am, their graphs is like the ones we did before. Then you must use the equation method in it. I don't know how to explain it now, but
But I can use my, check what I'm writing,
x-intercept
and my,
y.
exactly, I can use my intercept method. Okay, this one, I get to choose which two values I want. And this one over here, I can use my x-intercept and my y-intercept. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to do that for me. Remember, with this one, you get to choose whatever two values you want. And then this one, you have to make, for my x-intercept, I need to make y equal to 0. And then this one, I need to, for my x equal to 0. Okay, I'll give you guys a couple of minutes.
We are doing it, my people. We are doing it.
Yeah. Miss Yolanda, you were right. I'm loving this class. It's just,
I know. They're so
it's
organized.
scrumptious.
Yeah.
As Nico says, it's scrumptious. I love
It is
It's very much.
scrumptious.
Loving it.
I'm loving my people. It's Jesus, guys.
Sure, it's so cold here. I'm just, nothing like a little bit of maths to warm up.
Oh, here it's like I'm in the fridge. It's
Mhm.
freezing cold.
Yes, Tiana, how can I help?
Ma'am, can I do the intercept method and let someone else do the other method?
Okay, yes, I will give you that. Okay, I wonder who would like to do the other method when Tiana does the intercept method. I'm looking for volunteers. Okay, yes, Rabi, how can what would you like to clarify?
Okay, so ma'am, I wanted to ask if this method also works when you're working with what is it, coordinates. So let's just say it says like let's just say the question gives you like coordinates that, let me just give an example of 0, our x-intercept is 0 and our y-intercept is 2, and then it also says in brackets again our x-intercept is 2 and then our y-intercept is -4. So then does this method work if you say m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1?
Yes, absolutely it does. But do you know what you're describing? You're describing the opposite of what we're doing. So what I've done here is I've given you the function and I've asked you for the graph. In this one that you're talking about, they're going to give you the graph and then you need to give them the function. Okay, and that's something that is still coming. Okay, because we're still on lesson 3 and there's still lesson 4, 5, and 6 to go. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're going to do that. Okay, but excellent. I'm so glad you've noticed that things like that come up. Okay. When they give you coordinates like this and they ask you for the function, they are basically giving you the graph and they're asking you to write the y is equal to whatever for them. Okay. That's excellent. Love that question. Love it. Okay, 1 more minute and then we're going to look for the answers.
Wandiso, I see you. Wandiso, you should talk to us. I haven't heard your voice. Rania, you also haven't talked to us. Guys, I don't want to miss anyone. You guys should talk to us. Anam, I've seen you active on the chat, just haven't heard your voice. Andani, Imad.
I think you guys can try it once. We promise we don't bite. We're not that scary.
Exactly.
All right. Can I get a volunteer to help us with y is equal to 3x? Is there anyone who'd like to help us with y is equal to 3x? Remember, you get to choose which 2 values you want us to use in order to find it. Yes, Anam. Love it.
Yay. Thank you, Anam.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Anam. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm great. Thank you. All right. Which 2 values have you chosen over here?
I picked 2.
Okay, so x is equal to 2, right? So we're going to get y is equal to 3 multiplied by 2 is equal to 6. So my first 2 coordinates, or my first coordinate set of coordinates is going to be, oh gosh, I'm trying to get to my purple.
2 is 2x and 6.
Good. All right. What's your next x value?
I picked 4.
X is equal to 4. Excellent. So we're going to get y is equal to 3 multiplied by 4. Phew, this graph is going to move way out there. So my next set of coordinates is going to be 4,
12.
Excellent. So we're going to go to our graph and we're going to look for 2. I'm going to look for 6. I'm going to make 6 a little bit. I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller so we can fit that 12 of yours on the graph. So I'm going to make 2. And I'm going to make this over here 6. Okay, and then we're going to join them. There they go. Oh, Tiana has the exact same numbers. Excellent. Okay, and then we have 4. There's 4 there. And then we're going to go 12 all the way up here. And we're going to join them. Yo, guys, my lines. Please ignore my lines. They are not straight. Don't look at my lines.
Ma'am?
Okay. Yes.
In the exam, would you be able to pick your own values?
You might, yes. They might. Some teachers, depending on who sets the test, they'll ask for certain things. Sometimes they don't ask. Sometimes they say plot the graph. And then when they say to you plot the graph, you get to pick whatever numbers you want.
Okay.
And then you get to plot. But if they ask for specific points, then you're going to have to use those specific points. But it's not that difficult. You know, we just substitute it for whatever number they ask us for. Hey, it's not that difficult. Okay, but what did I forget? What did I leave out?
What did you leave out? You left out the dot in the middle.
I can put the dot in the middle. It doesn't change anything. Yes, Patu, what did I miss? What did me and Anam miss?
Oh, okay. Ma'am, you forgot to name the graph.
Oh,
to label the graph.
Yeah, there you go. See, Anam, you forgot.
Well done.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Ma'am,
Okay,
the thing is, I fell asleep last Thursday. during load
Oh
shedding.
no.
Then I missed that lesson. So now I just caught up now.
Is it? And did today's lesson help a little bit?
I understand it now.
Okay, that's excellent. That's great. But remember, after load shedding, you can still go back and watch some of the stuff that Miss G did. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. All right. Who's going to do our x-intercept? I remember there was a volunteer for our
It's
dual
me,
intercept
ma'am.
method. Oh, yes. Hi, Tiana. Let's go. All right.
Um,
So the graph is y. Sorry, I just want to rewrite it here. 2x plus 1. All right. So what did you start with?
okay, so I started with the finding what the y is. Yes,
Okay, good.
I
So
said
my y.
y-intercept x equals 0. So I said y equals 2 in brackets 0 plus 1.
Oh, we forgot something. Oh, what's in front of my 2?
Oh, it's a negative. So emotional.
Negative. It won't matter in this case because we're going to multiply it by 0. But when we do the x-intercept, it's definitely going to matter. Okay, but I want you to work it with me. I know you've made an error, but do some quick calculation with me as we go. Okay.
Okay, so it's gonna be 0 plus 1.
Negative
Yeah,
2
negative
times
2
0 plus 1. And
plus
that's going to give us?
1.
Good. So
The
what are my
answer.
coordinates?
So the coordinates, I don't know. I don't know what's going with me. Overthinking.
That's okay. It's okay. Okay, remember you chose that our x is equal to 0. So my x coordinate will come first. So I'm going to go 0. And then my y value is 1 because you chose x as 0. Okay. Excellent. And everybody's helping you in the chat. So if you feel a little overwhelmed, it's fine. Just check in the chat. Everyone in the chat's got your back. Okay. They're really helping you out in the chat. So if you feel like, oh, I don't remember what comes next, check the chat. Everyone's backing you up. All right. Tell me what comes next.
Okay, the x-intercept.
Good. The x-intercept. And then what do I need to do with my x-intercept?
You're gonna say negative 2 plus 1, and then we're gonna must put the 2 on the other side. It's gonna make it a positive, and then
Good.
equals 1.
Negative 2x plus 1. And then the negative 2 is going to, x is going to come over and it's going to become 2x equals 1. And then what do I need to do?
Then we're gonna divide both sides by 2.
Good. So divide by 2, divide by 2. So my x is going to equal to?
Half, a positive half.
Half. Good. Now let's try that coordinates again. Remember my x coordinate comes first. What's my x?
The x coordinate is half, and then the y one
Good.
is 0.
Oh, see, it's nothing to panic about there. You did it right this time. I knew you could. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Are we ready to plot?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So
My graph looks so messy right now. It looks like Dame's graph.
it's okay. I mean, look at my graph. My graph isn't that great either. It's fine. Okay.
So,
Right, so we're
Sorry,
gonna go
Teacher
to
Coco, could you please load the launch the pace for me? Because I cannot do it. It says my pace is failing to launch for some.
oh,
for some
okay.
reason.
I will try it quickly. Let me just see if I can launch it. Oh, there we go.
Yay,
All right.
thank you so
It's
much.
launched. All right. The rest of you guys can quickly answer the poll, and then Tiana, you and I are going to plot this graph. Okay.
yes.
So we're going to go to our y-axis.
My axis, and then
Start with that one.
it's gonna be on the the 0.
It's going to be on the y-axis at 0 and 1. So this point here.
0 and 1. And then
Okay.
the other one is gonna
Where's the x-intercept going to be on the?
on the half, like before the 1.
There. It's going to be here. Half. Okay, and 0. Okay, and thanks to Anam's plot points before, now this looks really funky. I'm hoping we can get it right. There we go. All right, and that's what our graph looks like. Okay.
Yes. Why did the hour go
Well
so
done.
fast? Enjoying it. hour went fast.
Yes, I know the hour just like whew, flies by. Hey.
Ma'am, you have to label the graph.
Oh,
Yes.
for reminding me.
My people.
Phew,
Guys, I
yes,
love you.
Thank you. Oh, I love this. Okay, y is equal to, you know what teacher Lee loves saying? She's like, I knew I had to label the graph. I was just testing to see if you guys remembered. I think I'm gonna say that because I'm always forgetting to label the
You're
graph.
just playing yourself. You know, keep for
I did forget. I'll be honest this time. I actually did forget. But guys, seriously, that is our hour. And we are done for today.